Well, good afternoon. If it's Tuesday, oh, wait a minute. It's Thursday. Tuesday's tips on Thursday. A little change in the calendar this week, a little change in the calendar next week. I've been asked to go back on the road doing a couple of leadership retreats for a new client. This week I was in Ohio. Next week I'm going to Vermont. Actually doing the offsite at a nice ski lodge. So this should be kind of cool. Not that I ski, but I'm very much looking forward to the view when I get to this location next week. So thanks for the flexibility. Thanks for checking me out on Thursday. We're going to continue on this leadership, emotional intelligence journey. Well, I've actually spent a lot of time this week talking about that with the group I was working with, um, reading the emotional needs of a situation, why that's important. We're using DISC in this leadership retreat, so it was great for a lot of these folks who had never really done DISC or assessment before, just to understand where they were on the map and what other needs may be required based on their leadership needs of a situation. So we talked quite a bit about EQ today. I'm hoping to go back sometime in the fall and either do EQ with them or some type of other emotional intelligence work. But today we're going to continue our emotional intelligence journey. We're going through the Everything This Workplace Agile EQ map. We're going through the 8 mindsets. We've done a couple so far. Our third one today is one that's really, really important. It's all about empathizing. It's the empathizing mindset. It's the right side of the circle. It's between I and S. It's right there on the people side of the axis. We talked about this week. There's the people side of the axis, the I and S side, and then there's the D and C side, which is more the task and the goal focus of the behavior and the leadership style. But today we're definitely in the middle of the I and S. It's all about empathizing. I'm going to go to my notes, give you some tips on empathizing, but it's so important for a leader in assessing the needs of a situation to be able to empathize and not solve the problem. A lot of leaders like to come into a meeting and they just want to solve the problem, or at the one-on-one level, they just want to solve the problem. This is not a situation where you walk in and you just solve the problem. This is empathizing. This is being there. So let me give you a few tips and then we're going to talk about some behaviors. So empathizing, reaching out with compassion, seeking to understand people's emotional needs and struggles and how to be supportive. We're going to talk more about supportive next week. But this is really the just being there for somebody. It's not to fix the situation. It's to give them space, to give you what they're thinking and feeling. This could be at the small group level. This could also be at the organizational level. A lot of leaders at organizations want to understand what the folks are feeling that come into the building every day. And they do that with all kinds of different surveys, Gallup and other surveys. You're getting, and you want to be there for your employees, right? You want to empathize with them a little bit. So what is this mindset? Paying attention to verbal and nonverbal cues, looking at something may be amiss, or investing the energy to try to understand what's going on. Again, you're just there. This is where you keep your listening skills and your engagement, eye contact. This is all about listening. Reserving judgment. Again, you're not there to fix things. You're there just to be there for someone. You're also trying to picture yourself in that person's shoes, right? This is the empathizing. I know how you feel. I've been there before. Those types of things come out in this behavior. So let me give you some of the actual behaviors that we're talking about here. So we want to be encouraging. You want to be able to encourage folks and listen to them. You want to get them to open up to you, encourage them to open up. You want to provide empathy, obviously. You kind of want to be a peacemaker. You want to try to just be there and listen for the individual. It's very, very important. You want to be approachable. To be empathetic, those that report to you need to know you can be there for them. So you have to be approachable, whether it's open door, open Zoom, open team policy that, Tuesdays at 4:00 in the afternoon, it's kind of open Zoom time, open Teams time. Come on in, one-on-one, schedule 10 minutes, and just, dump your bucket. You just want to dump your bucket. And people know they can dump their bucket. This is where you develop those ongoing working relationships for those who report to you and those who you're trying to lead. Again, you want to be supportive of someone who may be struggling with something right now, right? Empathizing, not solving the problem, just being there for the individual. That's what this one is all about. Next week, we'll be talking about being receptive, being open to other people's ideas, right? I work with a lot of leaders who are on the other side of the circle. It's either my way or the highway. I know exactly what the way. I've been here before, and that may be all said and good. But believe it or not, there are times where the best idea in the room is not in your head; it's in someone else's head. So how do you be receptive to other people's ideas and encouraging them to give you those ideas? So again, next week we're going to be on Thursday because Tuesday I'll be in Vermont doing another leadership retreat with a large group. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to working with these folks. It's been fun so far. So they just it's great working with a group that really wants to learn, right? They want to be there. So this is really cool. This is really cool working with this group. So we will see you next Thursday, 2:30 Eastern. Give us a like, give us a share, give us some feedback, send me a question about leadership. I take them all the time. But this is Tuesday's Tips with Michael on Thursday. We'll see you next week here live in the StreamYard studio on Thursday. And go find us on YouTube. You'll see a bunch of stuff there too. Make it a great week.